He's going to be suggesting that they're weird, they're out of touch, they're not a part of regular America. They are one a billionaire robber baron, and the other is a tech bro who flip-flops on his beliefs every week. I think that will get a lot of normies in the middle on board. And if you get the normies on board, you win. Why Kamala chose Tim Walz. So this is a very cool guy. I like this guy. I did not expect this guy. This guy is a progressive, and no one was expecting her to choose him. We were thinking Josh Shapiro, because he brings Pennsylvania, and he's Jewish, and he would have a bit more capability of dealing with the Israel problem we have right now. But what we've got is Walz, balls to the walls, who is absolutely a progressive. That's fantastic. That's great news. I love the idea of her picking a progressive. This is great for me. And ironically, great for you. It's great for all the Republicans too, because that's what I don't think they know. This guy's going to be good for Republicans. He's going to make the country better, and they're going to get to be made better along with it, whether they like it or not.
Hello human, it is me Kanuch. I need you to press the subscribe button. I have to feed my many AI babies.
Kamala Harris loved Tim Walz's governing record in Minnesota. His biography and record of winning tough races resonated with her, and most of all, she just really liked him. The Minnesota governor and vice president sat down with one-on-one interview Sunday and connected despite having little relationship prior to the vice presidential selection process, according to the two people close to the process, granted anonymity to discuss private conversations. I don't want the feel-good piece. Give me the info. But several other factors were important to Harris as well. According to one of the people, Harris appreciated Walz's 2 terms as governor because he had accomplishments in Minnesota. Harris wants to replicate in her presidency access to reproductive health, paid leave, child tax credits, and gun safety. If the other people get rights, how will I feel superior? I don't know, Shinsendo. I guess you're going to have to find some way to do it. I mean, are you taller than them? I mean, maybe. You could just build your entire identity about being taller than other people. Harris was also taken with Walz's biography. A former high school teacher, a football coach, and a veteran who flipped a Republican-leaning district in 2006, which she believes will play well in all 3 of the blue wall states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, including his win as a House member in the Republican district. So yeah, normal human being, high school teacher, football coach, veteran from the thing. This screams normal, regular person, which is what they're going for. He's the one who invented the weird. He didn't invent the word weird, but he's the first one to apply it to J.D. Vance and Trump a couple of weeks ago, and it's worked. And we're rewarding him for his cool, catchy meme. Good job, because memes win. Walz is seen by Harris's camp as a deft messenger, popularizing weird as a messaging framework to describe Trump and Vance, cutting a clear tagline that went viral over the past 2 weeks. Correct. Big dad energy. I saw a bunch of videos of him just being normal, talking about people, and doing a good, normal politician job. So what we got is a couple of cool things to look at. So let's look at this one right here. This just happened not too long ago. This was the first big campaign stop that they made, where they made the announcement. Everybody knows ahead of time, but then they come out and they do the rally. They get everybody there. They hype everybody up. So 60 seconds of good old Mr. Walz. Here we go.
Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, JD studied at Yale.
Man, shots fired. Joe Biden couldn't make that shot, you know. All normal people like me from the Midwest, he studied at Yale. This is suggesting that he's an elitist. So he's taking shots, man. And normies are going to eat that shit up.
Had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller trashing that community. Come on. That's not what middle America is. And I got to tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So.
Oh, snap. So that is going to work. When this guy, normal human being, debates weirdo J.D. Vance. DM is right. When they do debate, it's going to be obvious. The people in the middle are going to see it, if they see it. They don't always watch the VP debate. It's not a huge thing. But some people see it. It's a bit more official than any of these things and the things on Twitter. I think what they will see is a normalish guy with Kamala against a couple of weirdos. And I think the important thing that he said there that isn't getting a lot of traction or attention, that's not what middle America wants. And I think he's got something there. I think if he pushes that angle, the couch. Well, no, not the couch. The couch is a good zinger. Everybody had a good time. But substantively, what did he say? He said Donald Trump and J.D. Vance don't know what middle America wants. And I think he's got something there. The Manhattan billionaire real estate mogul that Donald Trump is, TV game show host, doesn't have any idea what's going on in the Rust Belt. He doesn't. And they can hit him with that. Vance is a San Francisco tech bro. He does not know what the middle of the country wants. He is built in a laboratory by tech bro authoritarians, and his positions have flip-flopped over the past 10 years or so many times. Not because he's changed what he believes. He doesn't believe anything. They have changed because he needs power. And to get power, he has to do X and Y, so he's going to do X and Y. Does he believe in X and Y? No, he doesn't believe in anything. It doesn't matter what he believes. Belief is the least important thing to J.D. Vance. The most important thing to him is winning, getting the power so that you can do what you want. And I think that's the direction that they could nail this down. I think we're getting a little hint with that statement of you don't know what middle America wants from Walz right there. I think we're getting a little hint on what he's going to be talking about during his debate and when he goes in front of a crowd. He's going to be suggesting that they're weird, they're out of touch, they're not a part of regular America. They are one a billionaire robber baron, and the other is a tech bro who flip-flops on his beliefs every week, if necessary. And I think that could go really well. I think that will get a lot of normies in the middle on board. And if you get the normies on board, you win. That's how this whole game is played. It's not by, yes, it's about turning out your base, sure. The left has to show up, and they will for Kamala. We've already suggested that. We've already figured that out. They were begrudgingly, even myself was begrudgingly going to vote for Joe Biden. But she's a much better chance. Everybody's excited. Everybody's donating. Everybody thinks that she can win. And then she picked a progressive like him. Damn. I'm now way more excited to vote for her. I wish he was running. He might. You know what vice presidents do when they're done being vice president? They run for president. So he very well could. That would be 8 years from now, assuming Kamala gets 2 terms, and there's a chance that she fails and then a Republican would win, but that's unlikely. I mean, even then, we would still have to wait 8 years. It would be 8 years from now. What's 8 years from now? That puts us into 32, right? 2032. Walz could run. He'd be 68 years old at that time. Not the oldest, still younger than, well, he's younger than Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump's 72 or something. Is that what? I don't remember how old Donald Trump is, but he's 77. But still, 68 is not bad. 68 is possible. 68 is doable. Maybe he'll run, assuming that Kamala wins, and then they have a good time. So that's entirely possible. It's not out of the possibilities buttons. I think that it could go well. So yeah, I like everything that he was doing. I think I like a lot of the things he was saying. Let's see if there is any more fun stuff to look at. Yeah, here we go. So this is Fox News. This is the token liberal, I guess, that they get to bring onto Fox News every now and then. Let's hear what she has to say.
And that Governor Walz brings a lot of experience that she wanted on the ticket, not only his time in Congress, where he was, I think, the 7th most conservative Democrat in the House, someone who is a gun owner, someone who does have those Midwestern values, but his executive experience in Minnesota. And I've seen, and Jesse just radiated some of them, the attacks on him as a socialist. I don't know what kind of socialist runs the number 6 best state in America for big business. Target is there for a reason. 3M is there for a reason. United Healthcare is there for a reason. General Mills is there for a reason. And the kinds of things. So
Jesse Waters, my favorite dummy, called him a socialist. And this lady's like, yeah, well, why are all the big businesses in his state? Kind of weird. If he were a socialist, maybe socialism is good for business.
Things that he has gotten past are exactly the kinds of things that Kamala Harris wants to talk about. Things like paid sick leave, $2.3 billion into public schools.
Public school money. This is good.
Did a huge infrastructure bill.
Was this your top pick?
Yeah, actually it was. In the last couple of days, I was honestly happy with all 4 finalists. And if it had been Andy Beshear, Mark Kelly, Tim Walz or Josh Shapiro, I would have been happy. But what you're going to see is the right trying to define him as Jesse did. But you're going to see that side-by-side picture of Tim Walz after he signed free school breakfast and free lunch. And someone like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who is a star in the Republican Party, got a prime speaking spot at the RNC, signing a bill to allow kids under 16 to be able to work. That is the contrast here. A guy who wants to put food in kids' bellies and someone who wants kids to be able to work. And he's the real deal. He is what J.D. Vance wishes that he were. And
so you're questioning whether...
Look, there it is. There is the photo, side by side, like she said, of Walz signing a bill giving children food for free. And over here, we have Sarah Huckabee Sanders letting these children go to work and get a job. Look at this kid. He's already got a tie. I mean, he's ready for the workforce, man. This kid's got a tie. He is ready to get to work in that meat packing plant, in that chicken rendering facility. And he's going to be there, and it's going to be great. What could possibly go wrong? He looks thrilled. They look so happy that now they can go out and get a job. And this is what she was talking about. And I think it's great. And I think everyone should push it. He's thrilled to lose a finger before 16, rite of passage. Yeah, exactly. Working in the sawmill and stuff like that, it builds character for 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. Yeah, it's a good time. So that will be one of the things that she was talking about. And then I immediately found it. So I like that she was like, hey, you're going to see this picture of their guy being happy and good, and then our guy being suck. And I like that. That entertains me. This tickles me. I love this. This is great. Because he is.
Pressing the thumbs up button will release chemicals in your human brain that will make you feel.
So this is Kevin McCarthy. He is gonna just absolutely turn me on. This is about to get steamy in here, folks. I want you to know, put a pillow over your lap. Make sure there's nobody else around, because we're about to get steamy. You ready? Here we go.
This is the most extreme. This is going from San Francisco to, here you go into Minnesota, the area that even Ronald Reagan could not win. I mean, this is what's so amazing to me. I served with Tim. We came into Congress together. He's known for being the Bernie Sanders of Congress. But to combine, this is the most extreme. This is going from San Francisco to, here you go into Minnesota, the
hit me harder. Give it to me, Kevin. I love it.
Reagan could not win.
Reagan couldn't win because it's so blue.
This is what's so amazing to me. I served with Tim. We came into Congress together. He's known for being the Bernie Sanders of Congress.
He's known for being the Bernie Sanders of Congress. Now, Kevin thinks that's an insult. Kevin McCarthy thinks that is a nightmare, awful scenario. And we should all be afraid that he is the Bernie Sanders of the Congress. That's fantastic. You know who everybody likes? Bernie Sanders. Everybody likes him. And you're comparing him to him on Fox News. The Fox News people are going to be like, wait, I kind of liked that Bernie guy. Bernie got more likes on Fox News than any damn ever. Anybody that's to the left of center doesn't get as much appreciation on Fox News as Bernie did. And Kevin McCarthy's there comparing the two. Do you want him to win, Kevin McCarthy? Do you want him to win? You can just tell us. You can say, hey, he's a good guy. I should vote. You should vote for him. All right, so there's Tim Walz. There he is, 1964. Let's do, military service. There he is in the National Guard in 1981. He did that for 20 years. That's a lot. Then House of Representatives. Let's see, political positions. Here we go. Cannabis. Walz advocated for the legalization of recreational cannabis as governor of Minnesota. This is going to get him a lot of those youth votes, Tony. Then, during the economic crisis, repeatedly spoke out against using taxpayer money to bail out the financial institutions. I agree with him. Don't give them money. He voted against bailout bills, which is a good idea. Fuck bailouts. Education. Walz was a public school teacher for 20 years, which means he knows what he's going to be talking about. He understands what the Department of Education is going to be doing. I think this is a good sign. He opposes using merit pay for teachers. Merit pay, great. Isn't that something that Republicans can get on board for? Voting in favor for the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. I think that's the anti-thing act that Joe Biden pushed. Walz pointed to its strong provisions to support public school buildings. See, that's a good idea. Public school buildings. I like it. He's on record supporting legislation to lower tuition costs. Important thing to ensure a solid base for America's economic future is to provide for the best education possible for American children. Strong backing for these policies of many interest groups. Guns. While in Congress, Walz was a strong supporter of gun rights and was endorsed by the NRA Policy Victory Fund, PVF, I don't know what that is, multiple times, receiving an A grade from the organization, an A grade from the NRA. Following the Parkland shooting in 2018, he denounced the NRA in a Star Tribune opinion piece and announced that he would donate the equivalent of all the campaign contributions to the NRA PVF and had given him $18,000. So he was upset about what happened in Parkland and then gave the amount of money that the NRA gave him to something else. Expressed support for gun regulation. 23, he signed a law, public safety bill that established universal background checks and red flag laws in Minnesota. I think those are good things. So he's going to get the Dems with this one too. Israel-Hamas war. Let's keep looking at Walz. Balls to the walls. Walz condemned Hamas's October 7 attack in Israel and ordered flags to be lowered to half-mast. After that, 19 voters cast uncommitted ballots. Sympathetic view towards those doing so in protest. Biden's handling of the war in Gaza called them civically engaged. So the people were doing a protest and he called them civically engaged. That's about right. The issue is that a humanitarian crisis, they have every right to be heard. These folks are asking for change in course. They're asking for more pressure to be put on. You can hold competing things. That Israel has the right to defend itself and the atrocities of October 7th are unacceptable. But Palestinian civilians being caught in this has got to end. That makes all the sense. See how decent and normal he is? Israel's allowed to defend itself, but we've got to stop killing Gazan civilians. That's a normal take to have. Labor and workers' rights, 2023, Walz signed a law banning captive audience meetings and non-compete clauses. Those are anti-union things. The law also mandated paid sick leave for employees and increased safety inspections, as well as ergonomic requirements to reduce the risk of repetitive strain injuries for warehouse meatpacking and healthcare facility workers. The law also granted construction workers stronger protections against wage theft. That's fantastic. I love workers' rights. This is a good thing. LGBTQ rights. Walz supports LGBTQ rights, including federal anti-discrimination laws on the basis of sexual orientation. Now, here's the good part. In 2009 speeches, he called for the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which is good. Walz voted in favor of the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act, Sexual Orientation Employment Non-Discrimination Act, and in 2011 announced his support for the Respect for Marriage Act. As Governor Walz has signed a number of bills that support the LGBTQ community. In 2023, he signed a bill that banned the practice of conversion therapy and another that protected gender-affirming care in Minnesota. This is great news. Conversion therapy is torture, and gender-affirming care is health care. So he's protecting those things in Minnesota, and he will push for those if he's in the White House as the vice president. This is great news. He is a progressive. This is the closest the progressive has ever gotten to the White House. Guys, listen, I know Jesse Waters says a lot of things that are stupid and wrong. I know Stephen Miller says a lot of awful things that are lies. But when they said this is the most left-leaning presidential ticket in history, they're right. And that's awesome. I could not be happier. And I think that when you explain the left-leaning positions to the people properly, in the right way, they like them. They like them. The people enjoy these things. I think it's going to go very well. And I think that he is going to bring the middle. He's going to bring the normies in. And damn, they're definitely winning that Minnesota. That wasn't even a swing state, if I remember correctly. Unless they're already been trained to hate them by reflex. Yeah, I know. You're right, Melcidian. It is entirely possible that the people just dislike those things right off the bat because they have been taught to. That is a thing we do have to wrestle with a little bit. But hopefully, we all kind of start seeing the Fox News is full of shit. Entirely possible. So, what else is... it's from the left, it's wrong. I know. That is a thing that they have to get over. But when those ideas are coming from a regular-looking guy from the Midwest, they're more palatable to those people who have been tricked already. Bernie was packaging these left-leaning ideas, giving them to the people, and the people liked it, generally. Bernie got more respect from the people on Fox News, from the people on the right, than any other person on the left. Tim Walz will do the same. I think he will do exactly the same. They have been trained to hate him, but then he's going to go in there and he's going to act normal and he's going to give them the Midwest dad charm and they're going to like it. And they're going to hear what he has to say and say, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. I like that idea. Let's feed kids. And they're going to be on board. And the normies in the middle are going to be on board with it, and it's going to be great. It's going to go well.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.